Welcome to the Great Loop Aboard the Perch. This is Kim Russo with America's Great Loop Cruisers Association, and this is leg 30 of our Great Loop. Today we're going from Liberty Landing Marina in Jersey City, New Jersey, just across the river from Manhattan, on up to the Hudson River Valley, and there are two AGLCA sponsor marinas in that area, so we chose to spend some time at both of them. So this is the longer portion of this leg, which will take us from Jersey City on up to Half Moon Bay Marina in Cortland on Hudson. And then just about 5 miles away from there is Cortland Yacht Club. So these are two AGLCA sponsors. I'll tell you more about them as we arrive at each one. To start off this leg, we eased the Perch out of her slip at Liberty Landing Marina, which is also an AGLCA sponsor marina, and had that beautiful view of Manhattan, lower Manhattan, kind of for the last time on this journey, and worked our way up the Hudson River. So on to new and different things, but we still had the length of Manhattan to travel and the beautiful scenery along there. There's a park along the Hudson River. And as we continued north, we started to get the view of the George Washington Bridge. And a lot of people don't realize there's a little red lighthouse under the bridge, and there was a famous children's book about that back in the 1940s, so you saw the lighthouse there. The scenery changes almost immediately once you go through the George Washington Bridge, and it's hard to tell from this Google Earth view, but you start to see the really beautiful mountains of the Hudson River Valley. So we enjoyed the spectacular scenery as we worked our way northward. Pretty soon we came upon the Tappan Zee Bridge in the distance. All of this is still really part of the New York metro area. So even the next marinas we're going to stop at have easy transportation if you're still not done with New York City. But this is just kind of a view of what you're seeing now on the mountains in the Hudson River Valley. Just really stunning scenery. We made a quick fuel stop because we did some research ahead of time and found that this was the cheapest fuel in the area, and then headed back out for that short jump around that peninsula to arrive at Half Moon Bay Marina. As I mentioned, Half Moon Bay is an AGLCA sponsor. It's a beautiful setting here, and the marina is along a lengthy walking and biking trail that runs along the riverfront. So it's peaceful and quiet and just very scenic and pretty. There is also an Enterprise rent-a-car within a very short walk from Half Moon Bay. So this was a great place to pick up a rent-a-car and do some of the exploring that we wanted to do throughout the Hudson River Valley. There are also groceries available and several shops and restaurants within walking distance of this marina. But be warned, you are now in a hilly area, no longer flat walking. If you're walking a mile, it could be a mile uphill. The other AGLCA sponsor marina in this area is Cortland Yacht Club, so we also headed over there. There's our track, and it was a little bit, some sailboats in the anchorage there and a little bit of fog on the Hudson as we made the very short 4 or 5 mile journey over to Cortland Yacht Club. Cortland is a very well protected marina, so from that perspective, it's certainly recommended. There is a pool on site and a restaurant. Depending on when you get there, we were there a little bit before the season starts, so the pool and restaurant were opened on weekends only. But once school lets out, which is late June in this area, they are open daily. The members here at Cortland Yacht Club could not be friendlier, and both of these marinas were great stays. We'll tell you a lot more about them in our next Great Loop lifestyle video, which will be about these places we're visiting on the Hudson Valley. So that'll be coming out in the next few days. In the meantime, here is our Nebo log for the first piece of this journey, and that was taking us from Liberty Landing on up the Hudson River to Half Moon Bay. So we were about 4 hours underway, about 33 miles. The average speed was just under 8 knots, and we maxed out around 12. The second part of this leg was a very short, about 5 mile trek from Half Moon Bay to Cortland Yacht Club. And there is the overall look. It took us about 40 minutes to go that 5 miles, an average speed of 7.4, and we maxed out at just under 10 knots. So most loopers will choose one or the other of these marinas. We were fortunate to be able to visit both and had a wonderful time at each. Thank you for watching. Our next leg will take us from the Hudson River Valley area here on up to Kingston, New York. Be back soon.